Hi guys, it's me, Ashley, and welcome back to my channel. So, it's been a while since I did a makeup and chat video, but that's what today's video is going to be. So, I'm going to be showing you my go-to makeup that I've been wearing for now. My old videos, I did a lot of heavy, bold makeup with like fake lashes, fake thick long lashes, but over the year I have changed. Like, my style has changed a lot. I've been really into just like subtle, clean, and minimal makeup, and I personally think that subtle to almost no makeup look suits me better. Originally I was gonna do a no foundation makeup, but that kind of makeup takes literally 10 to 15 minutes for me. And if I make that into a video, and I'm gonna be talking a lot in this video, and if I do make that into a video, it'll probably be 5 minutes after I edit, because I go to a job, go to the office, I put on a little bit of foundation just to make myself look more presentable. Like, I need to cover the dark circles, and I have some discoloration around my mouth and like around my chin. So it is going to be a yes foundation makeup, but it's still very much subtle compared to the makeup looks that I wore maybe 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe even a year ago. So without further ado, let's just get started with the makeup. Before I do the makeup, I'm just gonna clip back my hair. I am back at home in Korea because I tried looking for a job in New York or just in the States because I really didn't want to travel, and I didn't want to get the whole PCR test and everything, but I did not have a choice. But I'm still happy that I got a job. So I am actually going out for the night, but I'm still gonna wear sunscreen because I've noticed that I started to get fine lines, or especially like right here, and I've been getting a lot of freckles, and that's mainly caused by not wearing sunscreen. So I am a huge believer in sunscreen now, and the sunscreen that I use is the Espoir Water Splash Sun Cream. I really love this thing. I got it as a sample, I think last winter, and this is like a makeup base with SPF, basically. It just brightens up your face a lot. And usually if I'm not gonna wear any makeup, but I still do put on sunscreen, I use this because it, like I said, brightens up your face. So really, you don't have to wear any makeup with this if you have really nice skin. But I still do wear a bit of concealer time to time because I have dark under eyes. Yeah, so the talking part, I have written down some stuff on my notes. I don't know if I can get through all of this, but I'm gonna try to, because I think it is, I don't know if it's important for you guys, but I just wanted to share some of the thoughts that I've been having for over a year. So let's get into the first bullet point. I have been pretty inactive in probably all of my social media channels. Instagram, I have tried to constantly post at least a story, and I did post like one video, I think, 1 or 2 videos on my YouTube, and I do post irregularly, very irregularly. and I wanted to kind of talk about that because that was one of the things that I thought a lot during my time of leave on social media. But before I talk about that, I'm gonna show you the product that I use. I use color correcting concealer and a concealer. You might think it's heavy and a lot, but if you take a little bit of it and then layer it on top, it doesn't look cakey at all. And for the color corrector, I use the Bobbi Brown corrector in Peach Bisque. Yes, Peach Bisque for my under eyes and a little bit right here where it's kind of dark and purple. So I finished my junior year in college, and I'm very happy that my college year is coming to an end very soon. And that was also kind of the time where I wouldn't say replanned. I didn't even plan my life before that. But I was just thinking a lot about my life in general. I'm basically 2 years behind my friends. My friends who have been just going to college without any leave of absence or taking any leaves, because I myself took a year leave of absence and I redid sophomore year, not because I'm stupid, but because I changed my major. Leave of absence was required because that was when I first experienced a panic attack and I realized I need to go home and get this fixed. So that's why I took a leave. And for the major change, it's just school protocol that the major that I changed into requires all the students to take sophomore year because that's kind of like the foundation year for that major. So that's why I'm 2 years behind. And people say all the time, like, you know, everyone takes a different pace in their life. Like, you don't have to graduate all at the same time. And yes, that is true, but I personally felt pressured, especially this year because everyone else around me is getting a job. Before I was like, you know, things will work out. Once I graduate, I'll get a job. I went to a good school, blah, blah, blah. But that's not the case, really. So that's when it hit me. I was like, I need to get my stuff together. So that's why I was frantically looking for a summer job this year. I just didn't want to get distracted when I'm so focused on, you know, getting my life together. So that's why I wasn't really doing much online. And the other thing is that people ask, like, is your dream to be an influencer? Wait a second, I forgot my foundation. I'll go get it. I'm back with my foundation. Yes, it's Bobbi Brown, same thing as the color corrector, but I love this thing because this is very hydrating. It's intensive skin serum foundation. Like the name itself, it has that serum-y feel, so it's very light. You can layer it, but the problem is if you put too much, it kind of smears a lot. So I put like a tiny bit just to even out the colors on my face. But back to the whole influencer story. People around me, like my friends and family, they ask, like, is your dream job to be an influencer? And my answer is no. I do not want to be an influencer because I don't really see that as a job. I just feel like that's not really the person that I want to be, and that's not really the future that I want to have for myself. So I don't want to stress too much about this whole online space thing when I'm not even thinking of becoming a part of it. like my future goal is to have an actual job, a stable job, and then have like that influencer thing as a side job. But I really don't know if it's feasible to have those two lives. I have tried doing that earlier this year. Just living my life, going to school while I create content. But yeah, it's really difficult. I cannot portion my time to be equal. So if you want to be seen by a lot of people online on different platforms, number one thing is you have to post regularly and a lot if you can. If you post a lot, obviously you'll have more chance to be seen because there's so many videos and you don't know which one the algorithm is going to push. And obviously posting regularly is always a good thing. So I have been doing that, but it's really difficult to create even one video. But YouTube editing still takes a lot of time because you have to film, you have to set everything up like I have today, and you have to film, and then you have to edit, and then you have to post it. On top of doing that, you have to create the TikTok videos. And TikTok videos, people around me who only watch TikTok videos but never really produced one say like, oh, it's just 30 seconds, like it shouldn't be taking you that much time and it shouldn't be stressing you out that much, but it does. Creating even a 15-second video, 15-second beauty video, it takes at least like an hour for me to do one. I don't know how other people do it, and I think that's why a lot of people who want to be influencers kind of drop out or just quit their job and just solely focus on creating content. And like I said, I don't really want to do that, and I don't think I'll be happy in that life. So that's why I kind of set that aside and just thought it would be better if I get things straightened out, get my life straightened out, and then once that is done, I can come back to it. And when I first started my YouTube channel and I started posting TikTok videos, I had more free time. I wasn't working, first of all. I was on my leave from school. I wasn't doing anything really productive. So this was a way for me to get myself to do something while I was doing nothing and literally binging all day long. And when I was doing that, like obviously it was easier for me to create a lot of content because that was the only thing that I was really focusing on aside from like getting better. But now that I know what I want to do for myself with my life, that this isn't the priority. And even then, social media wasn't really helping with my mental health. Like, you've probably heard this so many times, that social media is bad for your mental health and kids' developing brains. But I think it's kind of true. For me, when I first started getting more follows and more people are watching my videos and stuff like that, I was pressured into making more content. For a while, I would just focus on the numbers. And number one thing you shouldn't be doing is focusing on the numbers. Yeah, so it took a while for me to understand that numbers don't mean nothing. If you want to be an influencer, if you want to be like the named influencer that everyone knows about, you might have to focus on the numbers. But if you're not, it doesn't really matter. And to come to the conclusion, it took 2 years for me to accept that fact. So I was like, I'm not gonna be an influencer. I don't even want to be one. If I do have the opportunity, yes, I'll do it. But I don't want to risk my life for that. I don't want to drop out of school and then just become an influencer when I don't even know how long I'll be able to do that. That's what I was thinking a lot. That I don't know what to do with my channel, what to do with my social media. I even thought of deleting everything. I want to try my best, and to a point where I can't do it anymore, that's when I'm gonna trash it. But concealer. This is my favorite concealer. It's the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. A lot of my products have serum in it, I just realized. But this is so hydrating. Like, I hate putting thick concealers under my eyes because it creases a lot and it looks super cakey after I put powder on. So this is like a lifesaver for me. So that's why I was kind of inactive and irregularly posting. So I'm really sorry about that. I'm just gonna blend it out with a beauty blender. The only place that I put concealer is inner eye area, and then the outer eye, and then around my nose, and then the dark chins. For the eyelids, I don't like putting a lot of concealer because I have hooded eyes, so it creates a really ugly, disgusting looking line if I put too much concealer or foundation on there. So whatever I have left on my beauty blender, I like to dab it on because that part of my eye is pretty dark from discoloration probably. Base makeup done. Now we're gonna move on to blush. For blush, I'm gonna choose between the two. I've been into cream blushes lately, especially during winter, because I like dewy looking makeup, and because I'm going for the subtle look, I'm gonna go with the peachy one. And the way I put blush is a little bit different than I've been doing it. I like to put it here. Yes, I'll tell you why. And I use 2 fingers for the whole side. I'll put the most color here on the temples, and I bring it down like a C. So I think that I have a lot of surface area on my sides, on my profile. So I put the blush here so that it looks shorter, smaller. I also put cream contour just on my nose. And this is the NYX Wonder Stick with highlight and contour in one. If I do the nose contouring after powder with like powder contour, I feel like it's too harsh for work. Okay, let's move on to the second point. I think I was talking too much about makeup. Second bullet point on my notes is kind of talking about, I want to have an open conversation with you guys about the future of this channel and the content that you want to see. Before I talk more about it, I'm just gonna put on powder and my favorite makeup forever. This was, I think, the Christmas edition. I'm not sure. I still have a lot. So I did ask people on Instagram like what other content they wanted to see. And the replies were very diverse, but the main 3 were gaming, mukbang, and fashion. Mukbang, I don't like watching mukbang because one of my biggest pet peeve is people chewing really loud, like when their lips smack. Oh my god, it angers me so much. Not just watching mukbang, just like in real life, if someone makes that sound, I need to leave. Like, I cannot stay there. And I'm gonna move on to brows, and we're almost done with our makeup. For brows, I use the Dear Dahlia Perfect Brow Longwear Sculpting Pencil in Dutch Brown. I had this for over 2 years, and I don't know if eyebrow pencils last that long, but it did, so I'm gonna use it, and nothing really bad has happened, so I think it's okay. I don't have much brows. I got them tattooed. Because without the tattoo, it's literally hair, and my hair is already super thin on my body, and it's not like I have a lot of hair on my brows, so it makes my eyebrows look like I don't have them. That's why I got them tattooed, but I'm glad that I did, because I don't really have to put on any brow makeup, and brows took a long time for me to draw. So if you are like me, I strongly recommend getting them tattooed. So mukbang, I don't know if I can do it well. I don't smack my lips, obviously, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do I just show myself eating food? Like, that's so boring. Well, I can talk. Yeah, I can probably talk. So I'll do mukbang, like I can do that, definitely. Fashion, I would like to do one, but I have thought of ways to do it without showing my house, my apartment. My room in my family home here is ugly. Obviously, it's ugly because I had that room for my whole entire life. So I have a lot of junk, and I don't have really aesthetically pleasing background to be showing my full body. Like, if it's just this much, I can definitely do it. But if it's whole body, like, I don't want to show my ugly room. And the room in New York, I don't like showing too much of my personal space because last year someone stalked me. We're done. Just lips. For lips, I like to use the YSL lip tint. Water stain. It's water stain, but the color is so pretty and it lasts for a long time. Because it's summer, I don't like putting lipstick or lip gloss. Anything that's too heavy and like sticky, I don't like it. And I wear a mask, not all the time, but like most of the time, because Korea, a lot of people, like 80% of the people are still wearing masks, even outside. So I feel like I need to. So that's why I like lip stains, because it lasts long. You don't have to think about reapplying, not for a while at least. So it looks like this, and I just dab it on and then blend it up, because I don't want to stain my fingers. So this is it for today's video. I hope the things that I said make sense, and hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I was stressing out about it a lot by myself, but I felt like it's better to share with people who actually watch my videos and look at my content, because people will give you feedback. People have given me feedback a lot, and from that feedback I'll be inspired, or at least I will know what to do next. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.